Alright, let's go make a movie. Actually filming today on Saturday, September 9th, about 3:30. Only because tomorrow it's supposed to be very rainy and thunderstormy and like over an inch of rain. So I wanted to get out while the weather's good and the sun's shining on things. It's about, I just looked, 83 degrees and it is very humid. 72% humidity. Not as hot as it was all week. It was every day hit 90 with full sun. And then Thursday we had some wicked thunderstorms at night. We didn't get a lot of downpours, but the lightning was just crazy. There are a lot of pictures from around New Hampshire and Vermont with just crazy lightning going on. All right, so panning over our hydrangea. So beautiful. See if I can get in here with some detail too, without too much of the afternoon light spoiling things. But and as far as new buds, I don't think we have much new anymore. I think we have that. So Teddy, hey, where you going, wanderer? Huh? We're not going all the way up there. Sebastian, don't. Don't go wandering off, Sebastian. Teddy! Well, while they're playing, I'm going to take you over around the garden because we have some really cool stuff going on. So, first off, look at how crazy this butternut squash is going. Remember what a late start it had, and I was wondering if we were going to get anything, and then, oh, maybe we had a couple of flowers. Look at this thing is more than halfway across this arbor. It's out in the yard. And, oh my God, is that another butternut? So this is 3 now? So I'd been looking pretty much every day, and I didn't notice, right? I'm looking around, and somehow, as I was looking, I missed this monster down here. So there's one. And this one I did know about a couple days ago. So that's 2. And then just walking out here, I was just looking at them this morning. I didn't even see this one. So again, so there's 3 good size ones. I'm trying to look around in there, but I don't know. The leaves are so thick, I'm going to have to get in. And now we can. This was our opening, but this is all shut with the vines. So I'm going to have to get in through Misha's little back door there. Over the old goat shed. There's Teddy. Come on, Teddy. Come look at the sunflowers. Teddy. Teddy, come. Come on, Teddy. Teddy, come. Look at that smart poodle. Look at you. Good boy. Wait, I know we got to cut the grass. That poor kid, those short legs. Misha, how do you manage? You don't mind the long grass? Yeah, it was too hot this week. Really to mow after work, and my back is still not in the best of shape, so. And then not only are we going to get rain tomorrow, but it's going to be every day through Thursday we're going to have rain. Sunflowers. We have one that, for whatever reason, try to be careful again with that late day sun glare, but so just a reminder, if anyone hasn't been following along, these are all transplants. We had a real thick area, and we were worried that we had too many sunflowers planted next to some of the vegetables in the garden, and it might impact that. And plus, we had planted some in a area of the garden that wound up getting really soaked with all the heavy rains we started getting. So we transplanted a bunch, and these are they. And I'd say that they took really well. This guy here, I'm going to bring the phone up my eye level. So this one here is, almost 6.5 feet. So many kitties. Hi, beautiful. The sunflower keeps going and going, and more branches everywhere. It's pretty wild. See a lot of bald bee balm here, purple. It's got a few stalks that have quite a bit of flower in it, but for the most part, purple is done, and the Laetris is done now. But red bee balm's still going. These are those new secondary buds that after the first one went, but I'll take it. A few more of the lilies. Oh, I see Sebastian's back. Watch out, Misha. Your big brother's coming. This is what I like with summer, when you get a nice big cloud blocking the sun. You hear all the crickets. Hi. You're gonna get smacked. You're gonna get smacked. If you get smacked, don't come crying to me. All right, Sebastian, come on, look at your garden. Leave Kitty be. Leave Kitty alone. Come on. Okay, so we're on sunflowers. This one here fully opened, and it's got a second one on there as well. We can get down here, especially now that the light's a little calmer with that cloud. See how the astilbe's doing. And this hydrangea. So next year, I guess we'll see if we get flowers on there, or we may have to move it. Those ones that are doing great up there, that hydrangea, those used to be down here, and they weren't doing so hot. And once we moved them up there, they loved it. All right, so yeah, even the astilbe, wow, that did not last as long as the Laetris did. But at least now we know we have the patch, and we know to get to weeding that area a little sooner. All right, let's keep moving, kids. Speaking of hydrangea, yeah, even some of the leaves now are dying off. So these branches are definitely broken. So we'll take cuttings from those. This stalk here, it was just the weight, but if you go back and look, the stalks themselves aren't broken. Some of this red bee balm here is still going, and also this might be the start of another, or it could just be left over. Yeah, so some of these guys are coming back for a little bit more of a show. Trying to think back here. Oh, the geraniums are still, we have some of those salmon color there still going. Just in between the legs there, you can see more of the purple dragon flowering again. So it's almost like a second wind for the purple dragon, unless that's like new growth from this year that is already putting out flowers, as opposed to the stuff that was first growth and was flowering. I don't know. I'm no expert. I just know what I like. Sebastian! Hey, where are we going? All right. Oh, this stuff is opening. So we've had this weed popping up, and I just happened to see again on Facebook. I guess this is called burnweed. And I guess it's called that because it's one of the first weeds to grow in after a fire is moved through a forest or something. But it is very important for a lot of native insects. So that's fine with me. This thing here was growing like crazy and I don't know what, but it's got little orange, almost like a tiny chrysanthemum or marigold head on it. I don't think that they open too much more, because this one here looks like the flower's already done. It's a little dry, but it's got this very dark, almost woody type stem to it, and the leaves look like something that I probably shouldn't mention by name for fear of getting demonetized. The dillweed, little tiny delicate yellow flowers on it. Look at how big this has gotten in a month. Sweet potato. And I don't know what we're going to do. I don't think we're going to look to get any sweet potatoes out of it. There's one of those little froggies. Hello, guy. So we're just going to enjoy it. The transplanted potatoes from the box, getting flowers on them. And you can probably tell how much the pumpkins are starting to fade. Let me get the obligatory weekly shot here. See, now I got to move the camera over to get it all. This patch is almost big enough. You're gonna need a drone to fly over to get all of it. I'll step up on this log here. Hopefully keep my balance, but I mean it's all the way down. All the way down past this branch here. It's up in here. And during its journey, there's another pumpkin in under here. And I was just counting, there's another one right up in there. I think there's 8 left to be picked, and an additional 2 that are started that may or may not. And I have to get in, and there's that orange one, there's the one up there. Oh dang it, and there's another one. So that's 3 I got to pick today or tomorrow. I got to start processing this. We're going to boil it up, puree it. Some of it we're going to boil and just do into like small chunks. This is for like side dish. And we're basically going to freeze that. So yeah, it comes all the way out here. All the way back up here. There's another new one. And I had looked and I did see there's another one up here. I knew there was at least one big one hiding in the center. And I think I found 2. But yeah. I guess it's the good soil, which Sebastian keeps running over here and kind of retilling up, which is great. More sunflowers. Mosquitoes have found me. Try to keep the phone safe. So wow, so that big head there. Look at, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 at the top, and then down below there's 2 more, and then the single stalk, and then zoom back out here. So we have one of these beauties. And one of those darker ones in there. A little patch here, sunflowers. Come back to that. Looks like all of the broccoli is starting to get away from me now. They were nice small heads. all nice and compact. And now they're starting to get spread out, and that one back there is already starting to get yellow and flowers on it. So that's all it took, right? Another week of heat, high temps, and your stuff bolts. Here's some more of that burnweed. No idea what this stuff is. So these Mexican sunflowers starting to open. There we go. There's one. So that's the first out of this bunch. This is going to be quite the show going. Hey, you didn't stomp on that little sunflower, did you? Move your foot. Move your foot. Right. Look at this tiny little sunflower here. It's as tall as it got. And this one's still blooming. And then one of these back here is one of those little fuzzy ones. How tiny that blossom is. So they still managed to bloom despite those conditions. But this is what I was hoping for. I mean, it's far from a whole field of sunflowers, but I couldn't be happier with the variety. I was out this morning with Sebastian. We were looking around at just all of it. And this one here, this by far the tallest one here, has just yet to open. That's got to be close to 10 feet, right? Because that's at least 4 feet over my head. So we finally got our ginormous tall sunflowers. This middle patch here is opening with, again, all kinds of varieties, colors, shapes. We got some of the darker with the orange. We have Mexican sunflower in here. Look at that color in there. And then over there, of course the lighting isn't going to do it justice, but. And then you have this one here that's just got a little bit of that orangey blush in the center. Yep. I just love every variety. You have a lot more of these fuzzy buttons here. And this Mexican sunflower here. So 2 more open, 2 have finished blooming already. A couple more tomatoes here. Probably pick those this evening. I brought in 2 yesterday morning. Over here, again, look at that color in there. How rich is that? And these are good size, and of course the beans are doing good. They don't look that much longer than last week. And it's not just up above. Look, down below there's still a whole bunch in here too. Tiny ones. Got a little taller but small heads on them. And then this color here. Even some of these are leaning. My dog disappeared again. Oh, we didn't do the eggplant. So I'm wondering if it's getting to be time to pick some of these. I'm not sure how big we can reasonably expect them to get, but they're touching the ground now. And this whole plant here is leaning over with the weight. This is the one that had the 5 on it. So, yeah, I think we'll have to get those up. You back in here? You gonna sit in front of the sunflowers for me? I think you should. I think you should sit in front of some flowers. You willing to... You want to sit down? All right, let's see. Come over here. Sebastian. Sit. Stay. You look at me again? You look at me, sunflowers. Good boy. I don't have the pumpkin next to you. You can sit next to this pumpkin too. Here, you got your treat. You earned it. Good boy. All right. You're right, the butternut. Let's go check out the butternuts. I think we're about done. And go and cool off. Wow, this really looks washed out. But it is still flowering. And you can see again from the recent rains how these leaves just get plastered to the ground. And even the ones that don't get plastered have a lot of dirt and sand kicked up on them. Not expecting anything. I keep saying that. Maybe so I can be pleasantly surprised. The beans here are coming along. Not a bad size. These guys here are getting along too. All right. I think you can use some cold water. Clean, fresh water. We did finally dump out of that bucket. And that's going to be about it. More harvesting to come now. Good boy, thank you. Pumpkins are going to take a while just because there's a lot of them. A lot of weight per pumpkin to get chopped up and boiled down and freeze it flat. And before you know it, you're going to have to be moving on to clearing out some leaves in certain areas. Nasturtiums just keep still doing great. I have more little faces, little tree faces I have to find spots to put. I think they're really small, so I think like the pine trees along the path, that might be a good idea. And there's at least 2 trees in the garden too. But I think that's it. Did your mom bring your brother in? Probably. All right, well, we'll see if we get another thumbnail from you, and I think that's it for this week. So thank you for watching. I'm probably going to be a lot happier with the weather next weekend. It's supposed to be perfect, like just around 70, nice and dry. So until then, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and thanks for watching.